Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, this is the Gachiakuta After Show, where each week we are talking out the trash and breaking down the latest from the anime series, sharing our favorite moments, sometimes our least favorite moments,
That's true.
and so much more. I am your host. I am a cleaner. The name is Nick Friedman.
Oh, you're a cleaner too?
Yeah.
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 And I am the one that made it dirty. I made the room dirty, and now Nick has to clean it.
Oh my God.
I'm Leah President.
I too am a cleaner, just for that cool mask. It's your boy, LeAlec Murray.
Let's enter the abyss. Together. Leah didn't even do it.
Didn't even attempt.
All right. Episode 16 of Gachiakuta, y'all. We start with kind of where we picked up at the end of last episode, where the portals. There's these portals, the painted portals.
They're
and
the manhole.
The manhole portals, yeah.
They're being closed.
Yep.
Because all of the pieces are in place.
You close that manhole. Close it on
Anyway,
up.
the cleaners have been scattered, right? They are not together. They have been scattered. Each of them are pitted in these sort of like in some cases 1v1, in some cases super unfair 2v1s or 3v1, like
or just by themselves.
Yeah, or just by themselves.
Are they sort of did they get teleported to a different location, or are they in like a limbo-ish thing?
No,
I feel like it wasn't super clear.
No, they're still in like the...
Yeah, they were teleported to one place and then scattered by the trash avalanche.
They're still in like that trash like pit that they're in.
So we have a few main setups. We have Bro and Dia's encounter with Bundes.
Mm-hmm.
We have Zanka's duel with Jabber. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, y'all. And Rudo's kind of heated conversation with Zodyl.
Yeah. We'll talk about that more in a bit. That conversation is going places, dude.
So we start with Bro and Dia's encounter with Bundes. They start out really just kind of talking, and you're kind of like de-escalated a little bit as a viewer because it kind of seems like an older guy just kind of like being nice, and then this guy is kind of almost playing this like big brother uncle figure to the younger character and making sure he doesn't get too mad and all this stuff. And then there's like a very intense vibe shift where we see these like weird fingered spiders is how I describe them. Because Bundes is trying to get information about the boss of the cleaners, Corvus.
The boss of the cleaners.
And it's pretty freaky, y'all.
Yeah. And I was thinking about it because Bro was like, kind of like, why is he asking these nonsensical questions about Corvus? But then you kind of click in and you're like, oh, we literally don't know anything about this guy. And
except we do know he likes sweets.
But we know he likes sweets. So we're only like, and I think it's because he is connected in a bigger way than I think we all know currently.
Yes.
And part of that is the underlying mystery here. But then they also are like, there's something that they want from him, but they can't get it because they don't know enough about him.
And of course, through this fight, we basically learn that if the cleaners lose, they'll be fed to a trash beast. So there's kind of this implication that the raiders have been maybe creating trash beasts, cultivating them, like keeping them locked up so that they get real angry and will eat. You know, it's not good stuff, y'all.
Yeah. And then I guess Zodyl kind of alludes to that, like in his conversation with Rudo as well, where he's talking about like people praising and waiting for like the sphere to like drop trash. So it's like it kind of also feeds into that like trash beast thing.
Well,
like
maybe starts to piece together the potential plan to take down the Spherites. So, but before we close on Rudo and Zodyl's conversation, we have the fight between Zanka and Jabber continues. So Zanka and Jabber's fight it's pretty intense because it ends on a really dark cliffhanger.
Yeah, will our boy survive? That's kind of where we are right now. They love doing that to us, by the way.
I hate having the urge at the end of an episode to be like, I gotta Google it.
Yes. Well, it's very much like, oh,
you spoil it for yourself?
No, it's the urge. It's like fighting the urge.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, my thing is like, and here's the thing with like, for example, Amo.
Yes.
If they didn't die on screen,
they're not dead.
They're not dead. So to me, like, I'm not worried unless someone's like coughing up blood.
You saw his eyes
words.
Fade.
Yeah.
But like, he didn't say his like final words and like.
Okay, I understand.
You know what I mean? Like they didn't.
But bro also got like
that,
stabbed with a giant.
He got stabbed
finger
twice.
Yeah.
Like click.
He got stabbed and then he got poison stabbed.
Yeah. On top of that, we don't know what kind of leg injury the dude had before that because like Jabber just was like, "Oh, hey, Big Claw."
Man.
Big claw.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that ends on a cliffhanger. And then, of course, we have another conversation between Rudo and Zodyl. We get a little bit more of the Raiders and their kind of like anarchistic approach to life where they're at, and also their approach to what they want to do with the Spherite.
It's like an interesting thing because they're all here in this like significantly worse situation than the Spherites. And finding out that they have like infighting among them was already a surprise, like as the story was like starting to come up. And I feel like the cleaners have a different approach where they want to like create a life for themselves and like lift themselves above their station and create like a semblance of cleanliness and a way to live and a way to like go through life. And I feel like the Raiders are angry and they like use that anger, and a lot of their weapons, like their vital instruments, are powered by that anger. And so I think like in another life, if they directed their anger towards like the change that like the cleaners are going towards, it would be a totally different story.
But they appear more organized. They appear more tactical. They appear more organized, whereas the cleaners almost feel like they're throwing like heavy weights at the problem. And look how quickly the cleaners got split up. But anyway, so we end episode 16 with that conversation, and Rudo basically is like, if you wanted to take on the Spherites, why didn't you just ask me? And then I think that kind of leads us to feel like maybe Rudo is potentially wavering. I hope not, but
that's kind of like, and this was, this is my point with Zodyl. Dude is very much because we talked about how last episode, like we still don't know what his giver power is.
And
he's
been kind of playing it cool. Like,
and Rudo has very much been hanging on to like every word. And then remember, like in 15, like we saw him like being chained up by you know Zodyl's words.
Well, Zodyl provides this, and the Raiders provide a mirror to the cleaners in effectively reflecting the other half of the thing that Rudo wants. The cleaners being he wants friends and family, and the Raiders being he wants revenge.
And like the thing that I'm noticing about Zodyl is that dude is very much giving like cult leader vibes, and like everybody that is with him like buys into the agenda 100%.
And they all have their role to play.
And they all have their role to play, and they all know it, especially like when you look at like Jabber. Jabber knows that he is specifically supposed to be an agent of chaos that's supposed to cause as much damage as possible, and that's it. And then you think about Bundus, and his whole thing is like information. So they all know what they're supposed to be doing, and they know they're, like you said, they're very planned and thought out. They know exactly what they're supposed to be doing, how they're supposed to be doing it, and they got matched up with the correct cleaners to achieve what this is.
It's a strategy. Anyway, I'm considering that whole last part of the conversation our first dumpster dive, because we got into it.
Oh man,
We're breaking the confines a little bit in this episode. But the other part of the dumpster dive I want to talk about really quickly before we get to the pit bull
delicious and dumpster.
Is the animation during the fight between Zanka and Jabber. Because the whole show is beautifully animated. The style is so coherent and confident and so well, like the world building through the background art and everything is so well established. So that when we get these moments of like actual action and motion, they feel so much more special.
When you say in motion, like, and I think we have to like kind of explain that for people sometimes, like, because something like there's some things that look okay, but then when they're in motion,
there's more frames here.
There's more frames here. So, and this is what this is. Like, there's a lot of frames. There's a lot of, like, the animators on this one were just basically like, cool, this fight is a playground, and we're going to use every toy that is here. And they did it phenomenally. Even better than the first encounter we had with Jabber. And that was
like
animated.
The fight leveling up.
We kind of got, like, cliffhangered on the conclusion of that fight too, so it was nice to kind of run it back
with the rematch. Well, I just hope it ends not sad like the cliffhanger implies. All right, let's head into the pit bull, y'all. What is your favorite moment, line, reveal from episode 16?
I'm so interested in yours because I know the part you're talking about, but I want you to say it.
Leah, what do you got?
Okay, so I might eat my words on this depending on what kind of evil he ends up doing. But like so I had a gut feeling about Amo of like, okay, she's evil, but I kind of like her. I'm kind of feeling that with the Raider leader right now. From his first appearance, like being kind of sneaky and introducing himself to Rudo at the bar. He's not immediately like attacking Rudo. He's actually like talking to him, unlike Jabber that's like
chaos,
like,
anarchy. Yeah. That's the perfect. He's doing the Junko poses on TikTok.
Why so serious? But okay, so I'm kind of liking him in the way that like I was really interested in Mizan Kibutsuji in Demon Slayer, like the first season, where there's like this air of mystery about him. Yeah. He's kind of not a typical villain. He's kind of a little bit cool, a little bit enticing. You're still trying to like unpack him a little bit. So I think like the conversations between him and Rudo and kind of seeing a little bit more mystery kind of playing out and seeing how like this Raider structure is kind of playing out. I think that was
not just
a highlight
fights
for me. Yeah. Like, yeah, this sort of like more cerebral, strategic kind of like, why is he doing this to Rudo? Like, why is he talking to Rudo in this way? Like, what do we not know?
There's a connection we don't know.
Like that to me was really interesting. And I think
I think he might be his dad.
Yeah. And not just the connection from the Watchmen series, right? Because we all know that he has a piece, 2 pieces technically, because he stole the boots from Amo.
Which, oh my gosh, shocking moment. I wasn't here last week, so I want to talk about that too. But shocking moment when he raised the boots and
Lee,
anyway,
how about your favorite moment?
Total like FGC moment for me here.
Fighting game community?
Yeah.
For the people listening.
So, I mean, and we've mentioned it like in the very first episode, like when we met Engine and he had like his special attack.
Superpower, yeah.
But then we see Stormy Weather from Jabber, which was crazy. And Zonka just pulls out this like staff move and just like breaks like the Jabber's ribs like right in the middle of that. And it was,
what's his staff's name again?
Assist staff?
Assist staff, yeah.
And the moment is really cool because you get kind of like this Mortal Kombat like X-ray moment.
Yes.
Like you see like right when he jabs it, it's just like, and you're just like, oh, like, like
speaking
I felt
of,
it was a good moment. But yeah, speaking of,
all right, so I like to slip in a least favorite moment here every once in a while. But in a way, it ends up being my most favorite moment because it's the most memorable one for me.
Yeah.
Zodyl channels 2011 era Tyler the Creator. And he goes full Yonkers and he eats a cockroach. Which is we didn't mention that in the recap because I wanted to talk about it here.
Yeah.
I'm a walking paradox.
No, I'm not. Yeah, that was wild. And while he may be nuanced as a villain, there is something going on there.
Yeah. Dude,
he's a little bit. He's got a little bit doo-doo brain
between the cockroach and then the other guy with the finger spiders and
speak on it.
Zodyl, I think is I think he's a bit unhinged.
Yes.
Especially like, and not in the way that Jabber is, very much in the way of like, because I said he was a co-leader earlier. Like I think there is a
what will he do next?
Yeah, there is an unhingedness about Zodyl, and as soon as Rudo doesn't give him the correct answer,
it's gonna
turn left.
Well, we'll be there waiting because we're doing this podcast, but also because we're loving watching Gachiakuta.
Yeah, brother.
Honestly, I look forward to this show every week.
Same.
I love everything we talk. I love the speculation. I love the theorizing. Yeah. But y'all, that's episode 16 of Gachiakuta. You're gonna see us again next week. Lee, you ready to take us out?
If we must. Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Gachiakuta After Show, brought to you by Crunchyroll and the folks over at Sony Music Entertainment. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
The Gachiakuta After Show is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, LeAlec Murray, and Leah President. We're executive produced by Jonathan Hirsch, Joanna Clay, and a double dose of me. Thank you to our lead producer, Kyla Carnero, our producer, Carla Solorsino, and our associate producer, Zoe Colkin. Open-Ended Films edited and mixed this episode's audio. Our head of production is Sammy Allison. Special thanks to Tamika Balance-Kalasny, and, of course, the incredible creators of Gachiakuta themselves, Kei Urana and Hideyoshi Andou.
We'll be back next week with even more Gachiakuta, of course, so make sure you're following along and check out our news and interview episodes during the week.
# prayers for Zonka. There's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing. Later days, y'all.
Bye.
I'm gonna zonk ya.